Good evening. Tonight for dinner, we're going to have pasta shells with chicken in a casserole. I've melted some butter. I've chopped up 6 mushrooms, half of an onion. There's a lot of mushrooms, but they shrink, so, and I like lots of mushrooms in our food. I've got some frozen celery I'm gonna add, and I'm also gonna add some bell peppers. Probably about a ½ cup of chopped celery, or sliced celery. You can chop it if you have fresh celery. I'll probably break it up with the wooden spoon after it softens up for a minute. And I'm probably going to do about half of a bell pepper that's been sliced, and I'm breaking it up. The one pepper that you, or well, the one vegetable that you can freeze without having to blanch it in water is the bell pepper. I just slice it up and stick it in the freezer on a cookie sheet in slices and put it in a Ziploc bag. It works pretty well. I've already got my oven preheated to 375, and I'm going to use 1 can of cream of chicken soup, 1 can of cream of mushroom soup, and then I'll be adding some seasonings to it. I got my chicken cut up. I'm doing 2 chicken fillets. Chicken fillets were a little bit on the small side, but I couldn't tell that in Sam's plastic packaging. It'll still feed 5 people. My husband's probably not going to eat dinner, so we'll have leftovers, but it'll feed my kids and I. My daughter probably won't eat it like usual, but I'm just still going to try to get her to eat it anyways. And then I'll probably end up feeding her something else because she's pretty picky, and also she doesn't like onions or bell peppers. Yeah. Also, later on I'm going to add 2 cloves of garlic to it. Also, just after this cooks, because I don't want it to burn. So whenever this is finished, take it out of the pan, add your chicken, saute your chicken, and then put it in the oven. Ready to cook the chicken. I said this would feed 5, but if you have an older teenager, it would probably feed 4. Still needs to cook a little bit longer. I still see some pink on the inside of some of them. I just don't want to put it in there if it's not done all the way. I poured my vegetables into the container with 4 cups of shells, and mix 1 can of water with the 2 cream of chicken soup and cream of mushroom soup, and then I'll mix it all together when I put the chicken in it. I forgot to cut up my garlic. I think we'll be okay without it tonight. If you want to add garlic, you could probably go ahead and saute it with the chicken if you wanted to for a few seconds before you put it in there. You can just add the fresh garlic straight to it. It'll cook. I'm going to go ahead and add the chicken. Looks like it's pretty much done. I'll break it up into some smaller pieces so it goes further. We're on a budget. Ready for our chicken. I already mixed my seasonings in with the chicken. We did 1 teaspoon garlic powder, 1 teaspoon onion powder, 1 teaspoon oregano, 1 teaspoon basil, 1 teaspoon dried rosemary, 1 teaspoon salt, 1 teaspoon pepper. I said add 1 can of water, but I'm going to go ahead and add a little bit more because I don't think that's enough for all those noodles. So that's a cup of water. So that's like 2 cups of water with the 2 cans, which is what you would use if, you know, if you were doing 1 can each anyways. Cook on 375 for about 30 minutes and check on it after 15 minutes to stir it and just make sure that it doesn't need any extra water or anything. I just checked it. It's been 27 minutes. I was crocheting and forgot to come in here and check it at the 15-minute mark, but it's almost done. The shells, the noodles are still kind of hard, so I'm going to give it another 12 minutes and check it at that point. It's finished. I stirred it up. I did a taste test. The noodles are done. Tastes really good. I don't think it needs anything else. I'm going to go cut up my cucumbers and let this cool off for a sec, and then we're going to eat some dinner. Here it is, all plated up. Again, tastes delicious. Please go try my recipe. Good night.